listening to today's news bulletin. First, let's have a look at the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi highlights India's flourishing startup ecosystem. Election Commission issues notification for first phase of Lok Sabha Elections. Agencies to sustain its efforts to focus on high-end, low-volume tourists, says Tourism Minister Paul Lingdor. "18 companies of CAPF and State Armed Police for deployment in view of the upcoming Lok Sabha election," says SP Rituraj Ravi. And Meghalaya Football Association felicitated Boni Filia Shulai. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said that India's startup ecosystem has witnessed rapid growth, creating employment for hundreds of thousands of people and transitioning job seekers into job providers. He was speaking during the concluding day of the Startup Mahakumbh, a 3-day event that saw the participation of hundreds of startups, incubators, investors and delegations from over 10 different countries. Modi said that India is the world's third largest startup ecosystem, reiterating the government's vision of a developed India or Viksit Bharat by 2047. Modi said that events like the Startup Mahakumbh are a significant step towards realizing this vision.
को एक प्लेटफॉर्म दिया, उनको फंडिंग के सोर्स से कनेक्ट किया, एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस में इंक्यूबेटर स्थापित करने का अभियान भी चलाया। हमारा स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम सिर्फ बड़े मेट्रो शहर तक सीमित नहीं है, ये देश के 600 से अधिक जिलों तक पहुंच चुका है।
The Election Commission of India today issued the notification for the first phase of Lok Sabha Elections 2024. Voting for 102 Lok Sabha constituencies across 17 states and 4 union territories will take place on April 19. The deadline for filing nominations is March 28 for Bihar and March 27 for the remaining states and UTs. Of the 102 constituencies, 39 are Tamil Nadu, 12 in Rajasthan, 8 in Uttar Pradesh, 6 in Madhya Pradesh, 5 each in Uttarakhand, Assam and Maharashtra, 4 in Bihar, 3 in West Bengal, 2 each in Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya and 1 each in Chhattisgarh, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Tripura, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Jammu and Kashmir, Lakshadweep and Puducherry. Meghalaya Tourism Minister Paul Lingdor on Tuesday has said that overall the state government is keen to sustain the efforts of the department to focus on high-end, low-volume tourists, which basically means they will rather go for quality tourists with the ability to spend rather than tourists with low budget, and who rather adds to the littering and only increases the footfall in the state. He said that, being focused, the department has taken several infrastructural projects and these projects are in high demand.
Well, overall the state government is keen to sustain the efforts of the department to focus on high-end tourists and high-end, low-volume tourism, which basically means that we would rather go for quality tourists with the ability to spend rather than tourists with lower budget and who rather add to the littering and only increase the footfalls in the state. So,
East Khasi Hills SP Rituraj Ravi today said that they have requested for 18 companies of CAPF and State Armed Police for deployment in view of the upcoming Lok Sabha election. He said that their companies have already been sanctioned, while adding that police have already started conducting checking and raids for the election. Regarding the IED blast at Harijan Colony, East Khasi Hills Police have arrested one more person. With this arrest, altogether 3 people have been arrested in this connection so far.
first step that election has been announced and MCC Model Code of Conduct has come into force. Keeping that in our mind and following ECI instructions, FST and SST teams have already been constituted and they are on job. That is one thing. Another is that we are conducting round-the-clock Naka checking, vice raids, and maintaining proper and high level of vigil all across the city and all across the district. Third thing that we have requested the government to provide us with additional 11 companies of CAPF and 7 companies of SAP, that is State Armed Police. So total 18 companies of additional force we had projected. Out of that, 3 companies we have already received. That is 2 companies of CRPF, which was already being used in law and order duties, has now been converted to election duties. And 1 company of BSF we have received. So all these 3 companies are already deployed.
The National People's Party NPP kick-started its campaign for the 2024 MP elections in the 53 Ampati Legislative Assembly constituency of Southwest Garo Hills. The event witnessed an array of influential speakers and leaders rallying support for the party's cause. Thomas A. Sangma, Speaker of the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly, lent his voice to the campaign, rallying constituents behind the NPP's progressive agenda. Professor P.S. Shukla, Vice-Chancellor of Northeastern Hills University, Meghalaya, served as the chief guest at a farmers' awareness program and workshop on the safe and judicious use of pesticides and application of new generation formulation for crop protection in vegetable crops, hosted by the Institute of Pesticides Formulation Technology, IPFT Gurugram, under the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, Government of India. The event took place at the Conference Hall, Tura campus. Assistant Professor in the Department of Agri-Business Management Technology at NEHU provided insights into the program's objectives.
Mostly the pesticides which made through bioformulations like through neem and many other medicinal plants, we can prepare so many pesticides.
A workshop on voice culture and language articulation Jayantia was conducted today for casual assignees of Akashvani Jowai. The workshop was organized by the National Academy of Broadcasting and Multimedia, Delhi, in collaboration with the Regional Academy of Broadcasting and Multimedia, Shillong. Addressing the function, Dr. D.K. Mazumdar, Program Executive, NABM, highlighted the significance of Kendras throughout the state in preserving and promoting local culture and language. The second part of the workshop focused on technical aspects, covering topics such as effective pronunciation and intonation, choice of words for electronic media, beautification of spoken words, and gender-neutral language.
To speak your language properly. And I said that this sort of courses should be done regularly because inadvertently sometimes something's creeping. And nowadays when I listen to the private FMs, I see that they speak Hindi also, English also. Every word is coming into it.
The Meghalaya Football Association today felicitated the young footballer Bonifilia Shulai, who represents India at the SAFF Under-16 Women's Championship at Kathmandu, Nepal, and handed over a cash amount of Rs 15,000. Addressing the gathering, Bonifilia expressed her gratitude to all who have supported her in her journey. It is through their support that she was able to represent India. The Dorbar Shnong Laumali Pallun, in the presence of the headman, Shri B. Khongwir, Laumali Pallun Sports Club, and others, also felicitated Bonifilia Shulai at Community Hall, Laumali Pallun on Tuesday. Youths shares their views on election. With just less than 1 month left for the first phase of the polls, youth in Meghalaya thinks unemployment is a prominent issue for this election. Meghalaya is having a large number of youth populations and thus the focus is on employment. Here is a report.
In the recent past, we have seen numerous pressure organizations have repeatedly taken to the street to urge the government to address the issue of young people lacking stable jobs in the state. Last month, during the budget session, Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma told the Assembly that the unemployment rate in Meghalaya is around 3% as against the national rate of around 4.7%.
Unemployment is one of the main issues, especially when we look in Meghalaya. I mean, like, as a student, I'm a master's student, like after this, I'm not sure where will I landed up because there's no job at all. So unemployment is one of the main issues.
Most of the legislature, they always raise the issue regarding the issue like the youth all face in getting the opportunity, a job here and there. And we do hope in this election, each candidate will help to raise the issue so that the government will try to find a way for the youth to get the jobs for the youth, the best opportunities for the youth.
Youth unemployment is said to be a major issue during this Lok Sabha election. The political party like Congress counters the Modi ki guarantee on state subsidies and schemes. The Congress party has offered 5 guarantees to the youth.
Probably, I don't think of employment because that's only like the main to do what after we finish our college, after we graduate and all that.
As a student, after we passed the exam, but we did not get any job.
It may be mentioned that the Meghalaya government has enhanced the upper age limit for general candidates to 32 years and 37 years for scheduled castes and scheduled tribes for entering the state government services. This will be implemented in all other departments except for the 4 departments of the state government: civil defense and home guards, excise, registration, taxation and stamps, forest and environment, and home police. Bureau Report, Didim, Meghalaya.
And now the weather report. Maximum temperature was recorded at 12.7 degrees Celsius, while minimum temperature was recorded at 11 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity in the morning was 91%, which has risen to 95% in the evening. Rainfall recorded today is 6.6 millimeters. Forecast: moderate rain is likely to occur at many places. Before we end this news bulletin, let's have a quick look at the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi highlights India's flourishing startup ecosystem. Election Commission issues notification for first phase of Lok Sabha Elections. Agencies to sustain its effort to focus on high-end, low-volume tourists, says Tourism Minister Paul Lingdok. 18 companies of CAPF and State Armed Police for deployment in view of the upcoming Lok Sabha election, says SP Rituraj Ravi. And Meghalaya Football Association felicitated Bonifilia Shulai. And that's all we have for you today. Do tune in with us again tomorrow at the same time, same channel. Thanks for watching.